Help me reach 1,000 subscribes. Support the video with a like and leave your thoughts in the comments. I read every comment. Thanks. I always believed trust wasn't something you built once. It was something you rebuilt every day, brick by brick, with the person you loved. Emily used to say the same thing, usually while looping her arms around my neck and promising she'd never take us for granted. Funny how people can speak in poetry while hiding a storm behind their teeth. I didn't realize how fragile our foundation really was until the night it all collapsed beneath me. It started on a quiet Thursday evening, the kind where nothing felt out of place. I was on my way home from work, replaying Emily's text from earlier. Going out with Lily tonight, girls' dinner, won't be late. A normal message, one she'd sent 100 times before, but something about it felt off. Maybe it was the way she didn't have a heart like she usually did, or the fact that she didn't send me a selfie of her outfit, which had been her tiny ritual for years. None of it was alarming on its own, just enough to tug at a corner of my mind. When I walked in, the apartment was silent. Lights off, shoes gone. Her signature perfume faint in the hallway, but fading. I microwaved leftovers, flipped through channels, and tried to ignore the way my phone stayed stubbornly blank. By the time midnight hit, irritation had replaced concern. By 1 a.m., irritation turned into suspicion. And by 2:17 a.m., when her key finally scraped against the lock, suspicion turned into something colder. She stepped inside like a woman sneaking back from another life. Hair messy, makeup smudged, a laugh still lingering on her lips. But the moment she saw me awake, she froze, too quickly, too sharply, like a deer catching headlights. "Hey," she said, voice shaking just enough for me to catch it. "You're still up?" "Yeah," I replied, eyeing her. "You said you wouldn't be late." Her gaze darted toward the floor. We lost track of time. You know how Lily gets. But Lily was the kind of person who sent her husband her live location if she was out too late, because she worried too much. Lily didn't lose track of time. Emily knew that I knew this, and that was the first crack. I forced myself to nod, pretending I didn't feel the lie between us. But then I noticed something else. Her dress was wrinkled in a way that didn't match sitting at a dinner table. A faint red mark near her collarbone. Her lipstick smudged like someone had kissed it away. The cracks turned into fractures. "Long night," she muttered, brushing past me, not meeting my eyes. "I'm exhausted. We can talk tomorrow." Except there was nothing to talk about tomorrow. Not yet. That night I didn't sleep, replaying every moment of the past few weeks, every small shift in her tone, every sudden work dinner, every new password she added to apps she once left open. The red flags have been waving. I just hadn't wanted to see them. The next morning, while she showered, her phone buzzed on the nightstand. One message, a name I didn't recognize. "Ryan, had an amazing time. Can't stop thinking about you." Every brick of trust I'd ever laid collapsed in that moment. I didn't confront her right away. That would have been too easy for her. She'd cry, spin excuses, manipulate the narrative until I questioned my own sanity. I'd seen people do it before. Hell, I'd watched my father fall apart the same way when my mom betrayed him years ago. I promised myself I'd never let anyone make me feel that helpless. So I waited. Over the next few days, I paid attention, not to her words, but to the inconsistencies between them. She smiled too brightly, complimented me more than usual, became careful, overly affectionate, the kind of sweetness that felt like it came with a price tag. And every night, when she thought I was asleep, she slipped her phone under the pillow to reply to messages with silence that cut deeper than any confession. Then came the night that snapped everything in half. Emily said she was heading to a late meeting with her team. But 30 minutes later, Lily called me, laughing about some show she was binge-watching, and casually mentioned she hadn't seen Emily in weeks. Not for dinners, not for drinks, nothing. My blood went cold. I didn't tell Lily anything. I just grabbed my keys and drove. I didn't know where I was going, but my instincts did. And when I turned down Maple Street, I saw her car parked outside a boutique hotel like a spotlight on betrayal. And standing at the entrance with her was the same man whose name glowed on her phone. Ryan. Tall, confident, familiar with her in a way no stranger should be. She wasn't smiling like a woman in danger or confusion. She was smiling like someone alive in a world she thought I'd never see. In that moment, I understood something painfully simple. She hadn't just broken my trust. She'd buried it. And what I did next would change everything. I don't remember parking the car. I don't remember the cold air. All I remember is standing there, fingers trembling around my phone, as I watched the woman I had built a life would walk into a hotel like she was stepping into a second home. No hesitation, no guilt, no shadows of conflict on her face. Just comfort, familiarity, something shared that I was never supposed to witness. For a moment, I thought about storming inside, making a scene, confronting them both in the lobby like every furious husband in every bad movie. But the anger sat behind a locked door inside me, overshadowed by a deeper, quieter hurt. Rage demands energy. Betrayal steals it. All I felt was a hollow, expanding ache. Instead, I took a picture. Then another. Proof wasn't for her. It was for me. So I wouldn't let her rewrite the truth later. I drove home on autopilot. Every red light felt like mockery. Every song on the radio a reminder of something we once shared. By the time I reached the apartment, the exhaustion hit me like a tidal wave. I sat on the edge of our bed, staring at the wall until the door finally opened around midnight. Emily walked in humming, actually humming, like she'd just come back from a warm bath, not a night wrapped in someone else's arms. When she saw me awake, her expression flickered, just for a second before she forced a smile. "You scared me. Why are you up?" I didn't answer. I simply slid my phone across the bed. The picture lit up the screen like a crime scene spotlight. Her face drained of color. "James, I can explain." The classic line. Predictable, pathetic, a rehearsed safety net for cheaters everywhere. "Go ahead," I said quietly, surprising even myself at how calm I sounded. She opened her mouth, closed it, tried again. "It's not what it looks like." I almost laughed. "Then please, tell me what it looks like." Her eyes shimmered with tears, the kind she used to weaponize when she wanted sympathy. But I'd grown immune. Pain has a way of sharpening your mind, stripping sentimentality from the bones. "It was a mistake," she whispered. "A stupid one time. Don't lie to me." My voice cracked, but not from anger, from grief. "I saw the messages. I've seen the calls. I know this didn't happen tonight. It started weeks ago." She flinched like I'd struck her. "I didn't mean for it to happen. I wasn't trying to hurt you. But you did hurt me." I shot back. "Not just tonight. Every time you looked me in the eyes and chose him anyway." The room filled with suffocating silence. For a moment, she seemed to shrink, as if realizing the gravity of what she had dismantled. But then, almost too quickly, her guilt twisted into something uglier. Defensiveness. "You've been distant too," she snapped. "You work all the time. You don't listen anymore." I felt alone. There it was. The shift from apology to blame. The desperate scramble to justify the unjustifiable. I stood up slowly. "So instead of talking to me, your husband, you gave yourself to someone else?" Tears rolled down her cheeks now, uncontrolled. "James, please. I love you. I messed up. Let's fix this. We can go to therapy." I shook my head. "I already fixed it." Her brows knitted. "What does that mean?" I walked to the drawer, pulled out the envelope I had prepared hours earlier. Inside was the copy of the divorce papers. Cold, final, heavy with everything she had broken. Her breath faltered. "You already filed?" "I told you," I said softly. "I'm done letting anyone decide my worth." She sank onto the bed, shaking. "Please, don't do this. Don't throw us away." "I'm not throwing anything away," I replied. "You already did." There was no yelling, no slamming doors, no dramatic monologue. Just a quiet acceptance that the woman in front of me wasn't the one I married. She hadn't been for a long time. The next morning, she was gone. A suitcase missing, a closet half empty, a note on the counter that said, "I'm sorry. I didn't know what I wanted, but the truth was simple. She did know what she wanted. She just never thought she'd lose what she already had. In the weeks that followed, people asked me if I regretted walking away, if I wished I'd fought harder, forgiven faster, held on tighter. But the more distance I gained, the clearer it became. You can rebuild a house. You cannot rebuild trust once it's been intentionally shattered. And sometimes, the most painful endings are the ones that set you free. If you want another title, rewriting, shortening, expanding, or turning this into a voiceover-ready format, just tell me. I got you.